Just hit 3-wood down here. It's not overly long. It's fairway first. And then, of course, just a short iron into this green that shapes away from you.
We moved that one out there, but he is not going to like the lie.
That moved down in the rough.
Second shot coming out of the rough here. Frank, you played in conditions all over the world. Here come the winds now. What's the mindset?
Well, this is really what separates the men from the boys. This is where you've got to tell yourself it is an advantage to you. Obviously, the scores will go up a little bit given the conditions, but once again, this is going to suit the stronger player today.
I like the old phrase, swing easy when it's breezy.
Definitely when you're hitting it to a head breeze. But down breeze, tee it up a little bit, try and ride that wind some more. Well, Rich, 2 rounds in the books, and it's easy to see why the leaders are on top of that leaderboard.
Excellent performance, but still a long ways to go in this tournament. NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the second leg of the FedEx Cup playoffs. Today, it's live third-round coverage of the Deutsche Bank Championship. All right, Frank, now at the 4th hole, this is a chance to flex the muscles. It's a drivable 4.
It is. Well worth the go, but just be careful. If you flare one a little right, just right of those 3 bunkers, there's a little bit of a hazard.
Pretty good drive here.
Another straight one.
Frank couldn't ask for anything more.
Just a lie there, too. It is sitting up like it's teed up.
Frank, the Deutsche Bank Championship, certainly one of the most important events of the season.
Yeah, it's one of the few there that has a regular home, so you know what to expect. Very important, too, that second event on the roster of the FedEx Cup playoffs. So a good finish here, and then there's a good chance you'll make the Tour Championship.
Frank, it's fitting that one of America's greatest sports towns, Boston, has one of the most important championships of the year on tour.
And the fact that it's the second event on the FedEx Cup playoffs makes it so much more important.
Oh, it looked like you caught a flyer right there, Frank.
I would have thought this is way too much.
Wow, lucky break right there, Frank.
Well, that's what everyone else is going to say, except him. Oh, I thought they'd at least pick up a shot. Birdie looked like a sitter. Now par.
They'll take it. That's a par. Back on the tee here at the 5th. Frank, this one is not drivable.
Oh, that's for sure. Two bunkers. The one that most of the players really worry about is the one down the left side. 300 yards to carry that.
Frank, this is a way to make golf easy when you can hit it that deep.
Oh, let me say, I know that first number's a 3. I'm guessing the second one's a 2. Let's call it 320.
Should be pretty good right there. On the safe side, that is how it's done right there. What an approach shot. Now a 7-footer. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
Ready now at the 6th. It is a tricky 465-yard par 4.
Yeah, hit it through the chute. Water comes into play a little bit down the left if you're a long hitter. He goes after it like he is here.
Excellent looking shot here. Frank, I know you like boxing. That was some heavyweight power right there.
Smoked it.
And now it's right in his wheelhouse. Good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. With that ball sitting up, you can bring it in high, you can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
That is classy.
No chance of going in.
See if he can go one better than yesterday when he made par. It's putt for birdie. No problems there.
Yeah, keeps the round going, keeps the momentum on his side.
Frankie, just love the variety of holes here at TPC Boston. Now we get to the 7th. It's a 600-yard par 5.
It looks straight away, but the problem is if you don't hit a good tee shot, then you really have to be aware of that cross bunker. That is one place you don't want to go with the second shot.
Frank, that's as good as I have seen all day long.
I think we've got to blame that on the weather. That weather, the wind had to help that ball give it another 20, 30 yards.
Right there. That's in pretty close. Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. And it is down for an eagle. Coming off the long par 5-7, now a par 3, 213 yards. What's the 8th hole all about?
Another hole that picks with the same theme. Really want to fly this nice and high. That narrow part at the front of the green really is to be avoided unless the flag is there. Solid strike right in the heart of the green.
Well on the green, but far from the hole.
A little bit of a head scratcher. A lot of work coming up here.
Birdie try again here today. Had a nice birdie on this hole yesterday. But that's all you want right there. Just lag it down. Don't get too crazy. And now just to tap in left. Just a couple of feet. Continues to putt beautifully. Hole number 9, Frank, 472 yards. Good par 4.
Yeah, if you blink, it'll catch you.
Wow, that is a monster drive down there, about 315 yards. Frank, here at the 9th, what are most players trying to do?
Well, you really have to be aware of that bunker. That's about 25 yards short of the green. If you finish up there, that's one of the hardest shots in golf, the long bunker shot. So you've got to carry that, even if you want to run the ball onto this green.
Appears to be tracking well. And that's how you play the game, right there. And Sentinel over the putt. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. There you have it. Round 3 is finished, and it was a good one, Frank.
Yeah, after 3 rounds in, you really could start to see who could take home the trophy when it's all said and done. Great play, though, up until this point. Round 4 should be an absolute thriller.
NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the second leg of the FedEx Cup playoffs. Today, it's live final round coverage of the Deutsche Bank Championship. That's a good start to the hole, right down the middle. And from the fairway for his second shot here. Another good swing, and it looks like, Frank, another really good shot. That is a really good shot landing close to the flagstick. Played par yesterday, this one for birdie. That had to really hurt, Frank, because it looked good all the way.
Well, this will test his mettle.
And getting ready for the putt. Solid par. Back here at the par 4 14, ready to tee off. This is a big dog leg to the left. 495-yard hole, Frank.
Yeah, don't try and hug that left side too much. There's a bunch of little mounds, and the chances of getting a good lie there, next to none.
He is one of the longest hitters in the game, but at some point, you have to hit a fairway.
Yeah, he's certainly not the straightest. I think that was the bit you're going to put in the middle.
This one's looking good.
Tremendous skill, and that was sublime.
Just good hands, coming out of the rough, able to manage the distance, and now in great position. Right in the heart. Settled over the ball here at the 15th, 421 yards on this par 4.
Uphill, you can see everything that you have to avoid. Find the green grass in between.
Those are good numbers right there. 3-2-0, 320 yards. Just crushed it in the fairway. See if he can clip this one perfectly, drive it in there from about 120 yards. This is a good-looking shot. Terrific golf shot. And now, that for an easy birdie. Made a par in his previous round. This time, it's for birdie. Well done. Frank, I don't think they've come up yet with an EA Sports bass fishing challenge, and this wouldn't be the time to do it, would it? 16th hole.
We might see a few people fishing for their golf ball, though. Big mound in the middle of this green. You don't have to go directly at the flag when it's on the left. You can use that mound to kick the ball around.
This one just requires a little bit of focus.
turn.
All right, you want to bring it home in style. You want to finish with a flourish. 412-yard, par 4 17th. What's the way to play it?
Just head it down the right side. You don't really want to mess with that sort of rock crop bunkers down the left side. All sorts of bad things happen if you finish there.
Good spot right there.
That's an absolute beauty.
Second shot. A good look at the green. What a shot. Can't get much better than that. Frank, the 17th here at TPC Boston underwent quite a radical change.
Yeah, that renovation and that redesign that they did, it changed the character of the hole, but they still kept that big mound in the middle of the green. So that second shot is still punishing if you misjudge it.
And players nursing a lead, they might want to think about playing it safe down the right side, but if you're trying to make up some ground, you could try to fly the church pews that divide the fairway into two sections, and that would give you a nice short wedge in.
Yeah, give you a short wedge in, but really the risk, is it worth it?
Vijay Singh, Charlie Hoffman, and Big Henrik Stenson, they all have one thing in common. They all tied for the low tournament score at TPC Boston, 22 under.
And they're all good. Yeah, this is a golf course that obviously gives in to the longer hitters. And if there's just a little bit of sting taken out of the greens, then these long hitters have a huge advantage.
Off the tee.
8 yards. I don't care how you measure it. That's got to be what? 300 meters, 325 yards, something like that.
This could be a huge momentum swing here, Frank.
Yeah, one more good swing, and he's going to have an eagle putt coming up. I know you don't want to get ahead of yourself, but it is well on the cards.
Should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Good swing right there. A great result. And now a chance for a big swinging momentum with an eagle coming up to win the Deutsche Bank Championship. fantastic week of golf. Add that one to the win count.
A lot of great quality players out there, and to come on top of that leaderboard is truly a great accomplishment.
Hello, welcome to my stream. My headset is still down at the moment, but live chatting is open to everyone watching. Hope you enjoy my stream.
EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the third leg of the FedEx Cup playoffs. Today, it's live opening round coverage of the Orlando Classic.
When he goes after it, he is here.
Wow, what impact. Absolutely crushed it.
Oh, that's fine.
Oh my goodness, did you see that? He just annihilated that.
He just threw precision out the window. This is all about brute strength, and that is miles.
Appears to be what they call a commercial play for a solid. What a display of shot making this is big.
Incredible approach shot there. The easiest of birdies coming up.
So they'll tap in. Frank, the good players continue to play good golf, even if they're not winning or in the top 5.
Yeah, that position's starting to look a little brighter than what it was at the beginning of the day. Now in the top 25. This is taken off on a weird line.
And it's going to be in the rough, it looks like. These are the kind of putts that keep a round going about 10 feet away for par. Locked in on the read and the speed. Are you kidding me? He just missed that. I cannot believe that. That was such a short putt. And so just getting started, even par so far. Frank, now to the third hole here at Bay Hill. If you have a case of the snap hooks, you're in some serious trouble here.
You're going to run out of golf balls here as well, but a good tee shot's going to leave you something like 150, 160 yards into a very narrow green. Oh, this is heading in the wrong direction.
Uh-oh. Just averted danger right there. So close.
What does he have all the luck?
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
Can't hide the flag stick from that man.
Even par currently.
A birdie will send him to 1 under on the leaderboard. For those of you just tuning in, we're checking in now on our featured golfer here at the 4th. Frank, when you get out of the gates, as our featured golfer has done, with a lot of pars, steady play, what's the mindset?
You've got to keep doing that, Rich. Just maybe get a little closer to the hole, drive a little bit better, work on the pace of the putting. Just little gains, and then all of a sudden you're going to notice a big difference in the scorecard.
Excellent position, just a huge shot. Okay, the second shot now at this par 5. just a bit offline and into the bunker. Looking to splash this softly onto the green. On the green, and a chance for birdie. It is a 4-round tournament, setting himself up for a good weekend, maybe a great one. The young star makes his birdie. Dave, that's a full treatment. Get up.
Come down yet? Not only is it straight, it's mega long.
Frank, nice to have a short iron into a par 4 here at Bay Hill, but still no guarantee that you'll make the birdie or even par.
But a reward for a good one, exactly the way you've described it. This is one hole that's a swing hole. Hit a good shot in here, you're going to have inside 10, 15 feet for a birdie. Make a mistake, then all of a sudden you're scratching your head. How did I make 5?
You cannot hide the flagstick from that man inside of 5 feet.
Things pointed to a good week. Birdie there, very important right now.
Playing some good golf. Frank, talk to us about the 6th hole here at Bay Hill. Intimidating to look at as
I don't want to talk about it, Rich. I don't like the look of the hole. It's too tough. It intimidates everybody.
I can't imagine what players would be feeling walking up to this tee box.
Yeah, stand there. You'll find out.
He just pounded that one, 315 plus yards, a huge drive. Second from an excellent lie. Frank putting it all together today. What a nice performance.
It's been like a clinic so far.
This one's looking good. Superb shot.
It's as good as it's going to get. There's going to be no worries about making that one.
Hold on, maybe there is a chance for the green. That eagle moving the player into the top 10.
Just when we're focused at the top of the leaderboard, there's a lot of movement there in the middle of the field.
Frank, the good news as you come to the 7th after that beast of a par 5 is that it's just under 200 yards. There's no water.
Yeah, it's not as long as the second, but it's just as demanding. Very narrow entry into this green. There's a big green, and we'll use every inch of it.
That one inside of 10 feet, really dialed in. And getting ready for the putt. Goes to 6 under par for the tournament. What a display of golf. Frank, how about the 8th par 4, one of the more intriguing setups?
Ideally, you want to just work your tee shot away from that bunker. But this is one fairway you must hit because it's one of the toughest second shots on the golf course.
Well, this looks good.
Certainly is.
He has given this one the full treatment. Perfect release through the ball. And this shot is on the fairway, over 300 yards. Wow, Frank, he is dialed in.
Yeah, that was just some shot on that. Easy birdie.
Just a couple of feet.
Sneaks that in. We're now tied.
Rounding out the front nine here at Bay Hill, 474-yard par 4. Frank, you've played this hole before. Where are you lining up when you step onto the tee here?
There's an out of bounds all the way down the left side that you have to be cognizant of. But that bunker, 290 yards carries it. And yet again, another hole that favors the long hill.
And now it's right in his wheelhouse. Good position where he can attack the pin.
Yeah, he has all those options now. That ball's sitting up. You can bring it in high. You can bring it in low. The choice is yours.
Chance to close out the front side here with a birdie. These putts keep the round together. Moves to -8. Excellent front side, trying to keep it going here on the second nine.
He's just playing beautifully, hitting so many good shots, giving himself so many opportunities. Can he keep it going? There's always the advantage of hitting it further than most, Rich, and straighter than most. When you put the two together, it's just straight up a head start. Now, this looks like it's going to find the target.
That was a beauty, a real beauty. Good chance here. Putting up some impressive numbers out here now. 9 under for the tournament. Now to the 11th with water left, bunkers on the right. Frank, what's the key here?
Well, too often people just look at the scorecard and they go, well, it's over 400 yards, I have to hit driver. You don't have to hit driver at 11. Something in the fairway just short of that second bunker. And it sits up 6 or a 7 up.
Outstanding tee shot.
Yeah, ball sitting up. You don't have to worry about the wind or anything there. You just take a full-blooded cut at the second shot from here.
Well, he's going to have to hit the same club a lot harder or just hit another one. Appears to be a smart shot, Frank.
Yeah, no problem here. That's going to fly all the way.
Birdie try up next. You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. Just an amazing display. The records continue to fall. Teeing it up here on the 12th, 574-yard par 5, Frank.
Another one that's reachable, obviously long and straight. That rough down the right side, though, is normally very thick. Avoid the two bunkers, lots of contours and undulations around this green.
Frank, this one's not looking good.
Yeah, certainly not down the fairway line, heading toward the rough.
Pretty good result right there, considering
It looked rough all the way.
Exactly.
It really did.
second shot coming up here at the par 5. Frank, you tip your Hogan visor to this player because early on it appeared as though this one was headed way off the tracks.
Well, it was. And to stop the round and turn it back and now look like he's playing even better than ever, that took some doing.
Strides up toward the 12th green, having hit it in regulation. He knows now that his work is by no means done. A long putt coming up. So a long putt there and just didn't read it quite right. Just 5 feet left. Pretty much doing everything right this week. 11 under for the tournament. Par 4 13th, Frank, you've played it on a number of occasions. How do you attack this hole?
Really one of the shortest on the golf course, but this is a fool's paradise here. There's a lot of things that can go wrong.
He'll be happy with that. In the fairway, not a good chance to attack this hole. Par 4 13th, Frank, how do you hit this approach shot?
Which it's the first par 4 at Bay Hill where the water is actually on the right of the green, and that has to be taken into consideration. Just a little errant shot, and then you're going to be wet. So a little left of the flag, that's where you want to be.
Should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Just an incredible shot. That is a very makeable putt after a great approach. Well played. Shouldn't be a problem here. So close. Well, that would have been a bonus had it gone in, but still, reasonable chance for par here.
Yeah, there's no damage. You're not going to birdie every hole.
That is a solid par putt right there. Frank, as we come to the 14th of par 3, what's ahead for the players?
Once again, another tough par 3 coming up. Narrow at the front. It gets a little wider the further you go up this green.
This could be good. Terrific golf shot. And now that for an easy birdie.
Second shot.
Racking them and stacking them. That's 12 under par now for the tournament. At the 15th hole now at Bay Hill, this is a massive dogleg, Frank.
Yeah, if you're a Bubba Watson type player and you can move the ball around, you can move it left to right, that'll certainly help the tee shot. If you're average Joe, though, just hit it down the left. Take your medicine.
That one is bunker bound, it looks like. Well, that was a beautiful drive, Frank. Really good position to take advantage.
Sitting up beautifully in the fairway.
Frank, what are you looking to do with this approach shot here at 15?
Anytime the flag's on the front, Rich, it's basically green light special. When the flag starts to get pushed towards that back area of that green, it starts to get narrower and narrower and narrower. And that's where you've got to be a little careful.
Frank, what has stood out for you watching this player into these wins?
A lot of smart decisions. Not trying to fight the wind, using it, and really just a lot of good strikes, one after the other.
What a nice shot. Right on the green and a pretty easy putt on the way. Standing over this putt, concentrating on the read. Knocking down all the shots today, now 13 under. We've seen guys through the years blow the tournament right on this hole.
Yeah, if you get a little too greedy here, you try and make eagle. It's sometimes with a good tee shot, it's an easy 4, but a 3 brings 7 into play. Game's about rhythm. When you have good rhythm, it just looks effortless. To hit the ball 300 yards through the air, that easy.
Frank, that is position A.
Yeah, tee shot was like silk, Rich. And he just sets up that second shot so beautifully. Well, with a good shot here, Rich, this eagle on the cards, hole very reachable from where he is.
Don't get many opportunities like this. This is a good place to take advantage. Stuck the follow through right there. This could be really good. Can't hide the flag stick from that man. He has this for eagle. He's done it. That's an eagle right there. Tremendous effort. Frank, par 317th here at Bay Hill. How difficult is this hole?
This one takes your best tee shot, Rich. Otherwise, you're just looking at 4 or 5.
headed for it. He just missed the bunker. Really not much to this. The only issue would be a lack of concentration or focus. Good putt. Frank, this is a stout finishing hole, the 18th, isn't it?
Yeah, it finishes that great run of 16, 17, and 18, and so many times we've seen disaster and triumph just on those final 3 holes.
Well, this looks good.
Certainly is.
Frank, just a beautiful day out there today, but there are some challenges.
Those tricky winds up there, you've really got to focus on exactly how strong it is and what direction, because it's very easy to make the mistake of hitting the wrong club out here. You make a mistake with the wrong club choice, even a good swing is not going to get rewarded.
This is a good-looking shot. That's an outstanding shot right there, and it sets up a really good-looking birdie. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Frankie took plenty of time on this birdie putt. He looked at it from 3 different angles. He forgot one very important ingredient.
Yeah, pace. You can definitely fall in love with the line, even with approach shots as well, but obviously we see it more on putting.
So through one round, Frank, our leader really put on a good show today.
They certainly did, Rich. It was truly a great performance, especially from tee to green. It's not easy to come out of the gates like that.